Hey guys, this is Sleeping Snorlax Style here, back at it again. Today we'll be talking about BGS grading. So if you guys would like to be part of the Sleeping Squad, hit that subscribe button, and if you guys like the video, leave a like and a comment if you wish to do so. So today I have, I think, 5 BGS cards right here. And today we'll be looking at the 1997 Pocket Monsters Sealed S Kangaskhan's. So this features the same Kangaskhan on the Trophy Kangaskhan card. I think that was at the event. I forget what year it is, but that Trophy Kangaskhan card features the same Kangaskhan here. Obviously that one's much more rare, but yeah, let's get into it. So the reason why I like Beckett grading is they used to have a guarantee and they were pretty accurate about guarantees. Since the pandemic happened, however, in February of 2020, they no longer guarantee any of their order dates, but they will try to get through it as quick as possible. So they are good for that, and they grade a variety of cards. So PSA doesn't grade these cards, and CGC doesn't grade these cards either, but Beckett does. So if you have anything you would like to grade, chances are Beckett will grade it for you. So I have a Call of Legends Rayquaza. It's a German one. I got this off of PWCC auctions because I just like the card. So yeah, so as you can see, Beckett grades any modern card in a variety of languages. Currently these Korean booster boxes you see in the back, I might be sending some over of the polls I got to Beckett so that they could grade them, as they are, I think, one of the only companies that grades Korean modern cards. And another thing about Beckett is I don't know if they were the first ones to do it, but they are one of the ones to do like the subgrades. So you can see on this card, overall, it's a near mint 8. However, the subgrades, the centering got a 7.5, corners a 9.5, edges a 9.5, and surface a 9. How they do their grading is, even though if I add up all these subgrades and then divide by 4, I'll get a grade that's probably higher than 8, probably closer to a 9. However, you can only get, I think, up to a certain point. So if it's like a low subgrade beneath, I believe, a 7, then you can only get at most 1 grade higher than your lowest subgrade if your average is higher. So if I got a 4 on one of these, or I can take this card above the 7, I think you can only get a half grade higher, I believe. So on this one, let's do some quick maths right here. Oh baby, it's been a while. So I got, say, 27 for the 9s, an additional 1.5 for the 0.5s, as well as a 7, so that would be 35.5. Now if I take that and divide it by 4, I would get some grade slightly under 9. So you would think I would get a 9 point whatever, or round down to a 9, however you take it, but since it's Beckett, they have certain rules, and so that is why it's an 8. So I can only get a half grade higher than my lowest subgrade for this card. So as you can see, the centering's way off here. The left side is much skinnier than the right side is much skinnier than the left side, hence why the centering grade is down. And as you can see, the label is like their white label with Beckett grading across the top. So yeah, and then we'll move on to the Beckett 8.5, and so you can see that for both these cards, let me move it back a little bit. Oh my god. So you can see that it's slightly larger on the right, but still the centering is what got the lowest grade. And yeah, so that would be this would average a 9, but since my centering is an 8, I can only get a half grade higher, so that's why the overall grade is an 8.5. But you can see this is a silver label, this is the white label. And so the 0.5 gets me a jump in the grade, and it gets me a slightly more desirable label, I guess. So we'll move those two out of the way and we'll get on to the Mint 9. So as you can see, the centering, oh my god, this black border really isn't helping. As you can see, the centering is more even compared to the 8.5, but see, I got a slightly higher grade on the centering, an 8.5 instead of an 8, and it goes from an 8.5 overall to a 9. And so I have another 9 here as well. However, this one, the edges are the same, 9.5. Corners went down a half grade, so from a 9.5 to a 9, and then the surface went up from a 9 from here to a 9.5 over here, and the centering obviously went up as well. And so if I added these two up, I would get a 9.25, but since it's a 9.25 and it hasn't reached the 9.5, I go the grade down, which is a 9, which is why the overall grade for this is a 9. But this is a stronger 9 than this one because my subgrades, the lowest one is only a 9, whereas for this one, the lowest subgrade is an 8.5. So this would be a stronger graded card than this one. And with Beckett, that can be slightly confusing to some people. It's like, oh, one card is... they have the same overall grade, but based on the subgrades, this one's a better conditioned card. So some people care about that, some people don't. Sometimes the prices can vary quite a bit. It just depends on the card. And so here we have a Beckett Pristine 10. As you can see, the label is now golden. And the centering, corners, and edges are all 10s. The surface is a 9.5, so if this surface would have gotten a 10, then it would have gotten 10 all for the subgrades, and the final grade would also be a 10, but the label would be black, and that's Beckett, what's known as a Beckett black label. It's one of the rarest grades to get, and so it is very desirable for some people to get that black label. However, this is the next best thing, and so some people who don't really care for the subgrades being all perfect 10s will be just fine getting the Pristine, but for those who really want, you know, the best quality card, they'll be looking for the black label. So let's compare the cards. So the surfaces for both these cards are about the same. You can see on the 9.5 this right border is slightly thicker than the left, whereas on the Pristine 10 the borders are about even for both left to right, and then top to bottom is about the same for both of them. Honestly, it's just the left to right that makes the biggest difference for these cards here. And then the edges as well. I don't know, the difference between 9.5 and a 10 is very difficult. The difference from a 9.5 or from a 10 to a 9 in terms of surface is very hard to tell from these cards. Maybe it has something to do with the back, but I really can't distinguish between them very easily because the cards, Beckett places the card in a soft sleeve. You can see inside there's another sleeve, and then they place it inside these plastic slabs, and then I've also gotten an extra additional perfect fit sleeve around my slab. So there's like 3 layers before you get to the actual card. But Beckett cards, as you can see, are pretty thick, pretty sturdy compared to PSA, which is kind of thin, and it's still pretty sturdy since it's plastic, but with Beckett you just feel like it's a more premium slab because of the thickness. So yeah, I hope that explains a little bit more about Beckett grading. So the subgrades really are what are the determining factor for how your cards grade, as well as there are special rules for saying, oh, is this an 8, is this a 9, is this an 8.5, because you can, at certain points, you can only get a certain grade based off your lowest subgrades. And some people do like Beckett because they have a special label if you have all 10s on all subgrades, which is one thing to note. So let me, and I also enjoy Beckett because they grade cards that other companies just don't grade as well. So like this card would never be graded by PSA, but Beckett grades them. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know how you feel in the comments down below. Leave a like, and if you want to be part of that the sleeping squad, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. This is Sleeping Squad Style, and I'm out.